Today I stand as a Democrat fighting for justice, fighting for the right things for this great borough, a borough that have the highest per capita income in the world. But we are living below the standards that we should be. 20,000 people signed a petition for an election in November 12. But now I'm fighting to be on the ballot because of the Queens County Democratic establishment who control this borough. They choose the judges, they choose everything that they decide they want in this borough. But I want to tell them one thing: the party is over. The music is off, the liquor is finished, and everybody went home. That means the party is over. We are moving this borough in the right direction, because if you are not controlled, you can do things. And I am uncontrollable. That's why they're stopping me. But my voters, I'm asking you to stand with me for the first time, because I will tell you one thing. If you want change, you cannot continue to vote the old way. If you want to move forward, you have to change. You must change. And change has to come from within you, the voters. You cannot any longer let this borough go the way it goes. As you step over the bridge, quality of life changes. And as you step out of Nassau County, quality of life changes. With me as your commander-in-chief, this borough will be the borough to look at, because I know what it is to make things right. I'm a businessman, not a politician. I understand your needs, and I'm here willing and ready and able to serve, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass the power back to you, the voters, not to the politician of Queens Boulevard. Sweeney, Ricer, Bolt, and Crowley, and Vivian Cook. We need to stand up for what's right and what we need to make sure we have a better quality of life. It's currently in the making that the mayor and the borough president are trying to sell out NITRA housing to private developers. But let me say one thing to your voters: not under my watch. The president gave $90 billion to bail out homeowners. $90 billion to bail out homeowners. Now you tell me why you cannot bail out NITRA, low income, and middle class people. Under my watch, I will say one thing to you. You stand with me, you stick with me, I will fight for you, a good fight, and we are going to win. If we have to walk from Queens to City Hall to tell me and Blasio said the party is over, we are not going to sit back and let him sort us out anymore. Both him and Katz. Right. No, my friend, I'm willing to make a walk, and I want you to make a walk with me, because I'm willing to feel that pain for you. I want to stand with you. I want to make sure that you get your fair share. Yes, you may have put money in these houses, but tell you what, you have felt the pain. No refrigerator, no stoves, no painting. Bad quality of life. That is your investment. And we will walk to Washington to tell Donald Trump that we are not going nowhere. This is the time, and we are not going to sit down and take the garbage anymore. Either you're going to do something or change something. And I'm asking the homeowners who have been losing their homes and their property value due to foreclosure. As I walk the borough and I see these foreclosed homes next to a beautiful home that only reduced the property value next door under my watch. And in my first 100 days in office, every house in Queens that is boarded up will be open. And if they cannot sell them, they are going to be put on the affordable housing list. No more board up housing Queens under my watch. And homeowners, see something, say something. Okay, you know why? That's your property. That's your hard-earned deposit to buy that home. So you see something, say something. And I'm getting now with the city council to pass a law that any foreclosure that goes on in the borough, they must notify the homeowners within that home that is being foreclosed. Because early notice, early attention. Late notice, depreciation of your property. I'm going to stand by this, and I will stand by this to the last end because my people of Queens are suffering. You are current borough president who put 68% of the homeless in Queens, in New York City, is in Queens County. Why? And it's in the minority neighborhood. And I know this is not a good news for the other people because people, I go to Forest Hills and I speak to people in Forest Hills, they are people and they love my move because I'm not for Forest Hill or Kew Gardens. I will be the borough president for all of the borough of Queens. The current borough president doesn't even know her way to Queensbridge, doesn't know her way to Astor Houses, don't know her way to Promenade, don't know her way to Hamels Housing, don't know her way to Redfern, don't know her way to the Florida Project, don't know her way to Forty Project, the Bears Houses. She does not know where these places are. But I have walked these streets and I've been speaking to these people. People are going through changes. But I'm telling you one thing, as long as I'm commander-in-chief for this borough will move forward and it will be an example to all other boroughs in Queens. Thank you very much. But before I go, change must come. But change begins with you. And change cannot and will not come to anybody for Queens Borough President but through me. Vote September the 12th. Vote for economic justice. Don't vote for the Democrat. Vote for your interests. Vote your interests, not the party. Vote your interests. When a house is foreclosed, vote for a person who's going to fight for that. Vote for a person who's going to fight against landlord tenants. Vote for a person who's going to secure your equity, secure your interests, and secure your well-being for over the years that you have been in this borough and fighting for the right thing. I want you to make some phone calls to me. I want you to bring some people to the polls to me. I want you to volunteer on my campaign. I need your support. Please come out in numbers to make sure that we make changes. And like I said to you before, I'm passing the torch to you. I'm bringing back the power into your hand, voters, not politicians. Thank you very much.
For Public Advocate, Mr. David Eisenbach.
Thank you very much. My name is David Eisenbach. I teach history at Columbia, and I'm running for Public Advocate. It's the first time I'm running because I believe there's a crisis of democracy in America. We all know about Donald Trump in Washington. That's a lost cause, as is Albany. But what people don't realize is that we have our own crisis of democracy here in New York City. The Democratic establishment has rigged the system to make it almost impossible for non-politicians like me, like Everly Brown, like Neil, like others, who are just trying to participate in democracy, to give the people a choice, which is what the Founding Fathers gave us. But we are squandering this right now. Through manipulations of the rules to bounce candidates off the ballot, through the petitioning process that is way too obscure and complicated. Right now, they've made it almost impossible, unless you are an independently wealthy individual like Mike Bloomberg, to get elected to office. Well, this is wrong. It's not good for the city. It's not good for democracy. It's why I'm running. It's why I'm standing here today with Everly Brown to protest the gamesmanship of the Democratic Party establishment and the machine that is just as bad as the Tammany Hall machine that I teach my students about. It is corrupt, it is undemocratic, and it must be stopped. Please remember that when you vote the Democratic primary this September 12th. Thank you very much. David Eisenbach for Public Advocate.
I'm running for mayor of the city of New York because I want major change in the city. The first one, I want to change the school system. I've taught in both public and private schools. I wrote 2 books of God. One is called The Book of God, one's A Guide to Life. I want to put God into the schools, morality, behavior. We need the people to become much better than they are, and it happens by doing it in the school system. I want to keep the present agenda, but I want to change the value. The value of the person is the most important thing. Too many students are hurt emotionally, physically, and never learn the utmost truths. Second, I also want to help the homeless. I want to help all people. I've been fighting constitutional cases for years for the poor, to try to get them on the ballot. I had 5 cases 2 years ago to try to outlaw the Board of Elections. I want to thank you all for the opportunity, and my heart will always go out to you. You're such a wonderful man, and I've never been more pleased than to meet you today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aston Dean, and I'm here to support my friends who is running for public office. Everly Brown, David Eisenbach, and Neil Gramati. It is a reason why I'm here, and it is a reason why I picked up this fight. Because when I look around in this great city of ours and see the injustice that has been upon us, knowing fully well that we can do something about this. Let me start with our Queensborough president. For the past 4 years, I live in this community. For many, many years. She has been elected into office for the past 4 years. Never once I have seen her in my community. She often speaks in her speeches that this borough consists of over 100 different ethnic backgrounds. Well, where is us? Where is our Queensborough president? This is a way to try and win the hearts of people by just giving them something to hold. No. If you are the leader, lead everyone. Do not just lead some. You focus your attention on certain parts of the borough and ignore the rest of the borough. We live in this borough. Be the borough president that you say that you are going to be. Now, my friend, Everly Brown would like to change that. He is the one that is going to change that. He is the one that is going to be for the people of the borough and all of the people of the borough.
Vote your interests this September. Queens does not need the same old, same old. We may not agree with what everyone said here today, but you can all agree that we need better than what we have. Thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you very much, sir.